All right, welcome back everyone to another video. Today we're on the Macmillan Estate on Blight. Hold on a moment. Where have I been? Let me tell you guys. First of all, I gotta go get this Jane Romero out of the game here. Today we're gonna be turbo tunneling the first survivor I see on Blight. Now the reason why is because tunneling will be removed effectively in the next update, and I'm not entirely sure if behavior is going to actually reverse or not. Okay, she didn't fall for the mind game, so see if she drops shock pellet here. She doesn't. Gonna go back. That might be a console player. Yeah, I think they tried to take the window there, but they got stuck on the gen. Either way, we got our first down. So I really wanted to get a video attempting to tunnel on the PTB. Unfortunately, I sat in queue for like 20 minutes, like at 3 different times this day, and I could not get into a game for the life of me. And we're just gonna kick this gen here because we got Eruption and Pop Goes the Weasel, and then we're gonna head back to Hook. You know what? I've had a change of heart. I'm gonna go for this this Lara Croft. Yeah, maybe okay, I don't really know what that was, but all right. Yeah, I've had a change of heart. Okay, come on guys, back it up. Yeah, so the 9.3.0 PTB, I wanted to play it. Unfortunately couldn't, but you know, my thoughts on the whole chapter here, or the PTB or whatever, it kind of echoes what most of the community has said. I think it's pretty out of touch with what behavior is kind of given here. It's really geared to survivors, of course, and nerfs killer in like almost every way. I've been kind of the opinion that, you know, base kit pop should be put into the game for killers. I think that would really help like combat a lot of these like gen rush perks that have been added in like recent years. There's been a lot of like strong survivor perks being added or like reworked and like buffed and whatnot, and really not a lot for killers. There hasn't been like a decent gen regression perk or like a stalling perk or anything in a very long time. And I think that, you know, if the killers want to be able to, you know, play the game in the future, like especially weaker killers like Ghostface and whatnot, I really like the design of Ghostface, and I would totally play him more often if he just wasn't so weak. So with the changes, people are like pretty mad at behavior for, you know, being pretty much aloof of the whole situation going on with their game here. There was that clip of that recent community live stream where they talked about the tunneling changes, and they basically said people were people in the Twitch chat were basically saying like spamming pallets, and they were wondering like why are all these people spamming pallets? And the one guy said, you guys like the pallets? Nice. And like they have no idea that like there's so many pallets on some of the main maps, and it's so difficult for killers. I think they really just do balance it around the survivor feedback. It's kind of seeming like this, but you know, people are like, oh, behavior, this is inexcusable, you know, this is terrible. I should have went one more. Basically people like really like shitting on behavior, for lack of a better term. But, you know, in my opinion, I'm kind of the mindset that this will get better over time. Like, behavior having balanced the game, you know, like at all is really good. I'm coming from a community, I come from the Minecraft competitive community where, oh, that's a person. I didn't actually not mean to left click either. That was quite the jump scare. I come from the Minecraft PvP community, and basically I'm very used to my main game not being updated for like 5 years. I'm like a Bed Wars, like a former Bed Wars player. So pretty much like I'm very much used to like stagnancy and whatever in content. She didn't drop that. Well played. But we're gonna kill her now because her Blight. Truly a Blight moment. So behavior does all these changes to like combat tunneling and whatnot. And you know, the first complaint here is that it's like not very good change. Like it's really geared in one direction. The thing I think about here is that at least they're trying to balance the game. Right? Like over time, behavior will get better at balancing the game. They will eventually have the epiphany that like, oh, maybe we should start listening to our killer players and like balance the game off of like what we see on social media and content creation for this game, not just like statistics and surveys alone. Eventually they will have this this realization. And you know, when that day comes, Dead by Daylight will be in a much better spot. But it's really just a matter of time. There is no other game like this that will take the spot of Dead by Daylight, just because Dead by Daylight has all the IPs and the history and whatnot. Like the game may be in a pretty bad spot right now, but it's not always going to be that way. And you know, until that day happens, you know, I personally like to stay positive about these kind of things. Yeah, point is, behavior is trying, and they will progressively get better at balancing the game over time. That is at least the belief I like to listen to. I think if there is a community creator that Dead by Daylight is going to likely listen to, it will be Ostarva. Unfortunately, I did not open this. Ostarva is probably the perfect source of the person you should listen to. Like he's been around for so long, and like he probably knows the most. Like, what, he's got 13k hours or something like that. He mains killer. Okay, we'll get that down there. like a lot of people have had decisive in this game, and it's kind of not really been that big of a problem because well, I guess blight. But you know, I will say that even in this game, like with Dead by Daylight being like super kill or survivor sided, and like it's like arguably in a not very good spot, I still like love playing this game. Like it's definitely my favorite game. Like if anyone asks me, like I'll say like I love Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight's my favorite game. I don't know. There's a lot of things about this game that I enjoy, and I think that, you know, a lot of people in this community are like super jaded, and they like believe that behavior can do no wrong. So whenever they do something that like people don't like, it's kind of like, oh, behavior is like such a terrible company and whatnot. So, and also the Twitter community is, I don't know. Don't even get me started on the Twitter community. I try to stay out of it a lot and just create videos on my Dead by Daylight YouTube channel. Anyways, I will be uploading a lot more. I'm pretty much almost done with my midterm season. I've been pretty busy for the last couple weeks, which is why I haven't been uploading. So anyways, if you somehow made it this far in the video and you're watching me do this this gate standoff here, comment down below any specific killers or killer builds you'd like me to play. I'm down for some super crazy stuff like nurse endgame build or something. Anyways, we'll get this first hit on this guy. He might run into this tile here. I don't really know if he's going to give up or not. Bro. All right, and we're going to kill this guy. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.